Hi everyone. So in this video, we're going to construct the amortization schedule for $1,000 debt that is to be amortized in 4 equal quarterly payments at 2.5% interest per quarter on the unpaid balance. So here's how you're going to create that. So first of all, you should remember this formula or some variation to this amortization formula where a loan is amortized. So big R is representing your monthly payment, how much you're going to pay. In this case, it's not going to be monthly, it's going to be quarterly payment. And P is the loan amount. In this case, that will be $1,000. The little r is the interest rate over N. Now, since we're already given how we're going to compound, we're not given yearly interest rate, we're given quarterly interest rate. So we know that our R over N value is going to be 0.025. So that's going to be our R over N value because this is a quarterly interest rather yearly interest. So you're going to create 5 columns like this. So you'll have a column for your number of payments. We'll have 4 equal payments. So this column will represent payment number. Then the next column will represent how much you're going to be paying. So that's payment. And then the next column is going to be interest. How much is paid on interest for that particular payment. And then we will have our unpaid balance reduction. So we're going to subtract it from our principal. And then the last column would be for the unpaid balance. So this is how you set up the table. Now we're making total of 4 payments. That's what the problem says, 4 equal quarterly payment to pay off this loan. So the balance will be 0 after the 4th payment has been made. So you start with the first 0. No payment been made, you start with your loan. So you have your unpaid balance of $1,000. So all of these are going to be empty. Now the first payment comes here. You're going to calculate how much you're going to pay right here. Well, we know this is going to be our first payment. So we need to calculate what is our R value for the first payment. Now your R value will be same throughout this entire 4 payments, but then these are going to change because they will have different unpaid balance. So let me show you how to calculate that. So first we need to find our R value. So using this formula on the right side, let's put it right here. So we know that our principal amount, or the loan amount is $1,000. And then we know the R over N value is 0.025. We're going to divide that by 1 minus 1 plus that, so it'll be 1.00025 to the power of negative n, and that's going to be n times t. So you're doing it for 1 year. So our t is going to be 1, and we're doing it for every quarter. So this is going to be 4 times 1, or just 4. So that's how you set this up. So you'll have 1,000 times 0.025. This is going to give you $25 over. And then we do 1.025 to the power of negative 4. That's 0.9059. And I'm going to do 1 minus that. So that's 1 minus 0.90595. So this is 0.09405. And this tells us this is 25 divided by 0.09405. It's about $265. And I'm going to round it to nearest cent, 82 cents. So this is the payment you're going to be making every quarter. So the first payment is going to be $265.82. Now, how much was interest for the first payment? Well, our balance is this. So we multiply by the interest, the quarterly interest rate. So we will have 1,000 times 0.025. We know that's $25. So the interest paid on the first payment is $25. And then reduction from the unpaid balance. So that means we take our payment amount, subtract 25, that tells you what goes here. That's the reduction on the unpaid balance. So we do 265.82 minus 25, and this will give us 240.82 cents. So that's how much we're going to subtract from our unpaid balance to get what will be the unpaid balance for after paying off the first payment. So the number that we're going to put here will be 1,000 minus 240.82. That tells you how much is your unpaid balance after first payment has been made. So 1,000 minus 240.82. So this will give us 719. Sorry, it's 759.18 cents. And now you just repeat the process for the next payment, but you have to be mindful. Now the second payment, you're still gonna pay this. Your monthly payment does not, or sorry, rather quarterly payment in this case. So this is still gonna be 265.82. That's how much you're going to pay on the second payment. Now the interest is now going to be calculated on the unpaid balance, which is this. So the interest paid on the next payment will be 759.18 times 0.025. So don't seem to have space, but the number we're going to put there is going to be 759.18 times the quarterly interest, that's 0.025, because our balance from the previous payment reduced to that. So you'll have 759.18 times 0.025. So that will give you $18 on interest. So as you can see, the interest amount starts to go down. You start off 25. Now the next payment is 18.98 cents. Okay, that means the unpaid balance reduction. So now we're going to subtract these numbers to get the number here. So we do 265.82 minus 18.98. You'll get 246.84 cents. And now your unpaid balance would be to do subtraction between these two numbers. And that tells you how much is now your unpaid balance is after second payment has been made. So 759.18 minus 246.84. So I get 512.34. And then we calculate the next payment. So I hope you see where this is going and you keep on going. So continue to fill in the next table. So you'll see for the third payment, so I'm just going to give you the numbers, but please check them, work them out as filling in the numbers for you. So for the next payment, again, we're paying 265.82 cents. Then you calculate the interest. Now the interest will be multiplied to this unpaid balance. So you do 512.34 cents. You'll get 12.81. And now your unpaid balance reduction will be 253.1 cents, and your unpaid balance after the third payment would be 259.33 cents. And then we finish up the last row by filling in our fourth payment, the final payment. So our final payment, it's going to be, again, we're paying 265.82 cents. And then here the interest, again, so 259.33. So we're now applying the interest to this. So times 0.025, you'll get 6.48 cents. So $6.48. And then we subtract them, we will get 259.33 cents. And you'll see your balance will be left with 1 cent. So we're going to adjust that by putting this as 265.81 cents, and then your balance will be 0. Okay, I hope this helped you to create this amortization schedule. Take care.